start, sir. Apsara? Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
You shall start, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. A very warm good morning and a hearty welcome to all. It's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to our guest, Mr. K. Kumararaja. Your presence makes us very happy, sir. I am Apsara Vahini of First Year EEE Department. We all are gathered here for end-to-end leadership 360-degree importance of algorithm. Yesterday was a dream. Tomorrow is a vision. But a day well lived makes every yesterday a dream of happiness and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Let's begin this session with invocation. Now, I would like to call upon L. Priyadarshini from First Year EEE Department to sing Tamil Thai Valthu.
நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்து கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கனமும் அது சிறந்த திராவிடன திறநாடும் தக்க சிற பெறையுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மனக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திரும்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
Thank you, Priyadarshini. Extend your arms and welcome to the future. The best is yet to come. Here comes Janitra from First Year EEE Department to welcome the gathering.
Good morning to one and all present here. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all for this program, Importance of Algorithm. I am profoundly delighted to have an opportunity to welcome our chief guest, Mr. K. Kumararaja, the founder and CEO of Bravery Infotech Private Limited, India, and Bravery Infotech LLC Limited, USA. Other than this, he is known for his passion in the field of mentoring. I would also like to welcome our director and S. Shanmugavel sir and our principal Dr. K. Kalidas Murugavel sir, and I would also like to welcome the head of department of Science and Humanity, Dr. N. A. Neelakandan sir. And let me also welcome all the faculty members who has motivated every one of us in our active participation. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome all my friends to this program. Once again, I welcome you all to this program and I thank everyone for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Janitra. To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is an honor. It's time to address the chief guest. Now I request Shyam from First Year EEE Department to introduce the chief guest.
It is my great pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Mr. K. Kumararaja, the founder and CEO of Bravery Infotech Private Limited, India, and Bravery Infotech LLC in New Jersey, USA. He has experiences in various fields like printing and publishing, telecommunication, energy, gas and electric, healthcare, fintech, insurance and home services. He has received many awards in the past few years. Some are Codex Smart Programmer Award in France for CDP Direct, application presentation in EFRA conference in Germany, application presentation in AMSA conference in Houston, USA. He had a few more awards in his past jobs, 2 times President Award, Highly Motivated Award, and the Best Engagement Manager Award. He has passion for learning, mentoring students, and also watching movies.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shyam. Without any delay, I would like to hand over the session to our chief guest, Mr. K. Kumararaja.
Thank you, Apsara and Priya and the wonderful person who gave a great intro. And again, I'm pretty much thankful for arranging this wonderful session for me to first of all, spend some time with especially I would like to say it's a quality time with the entire students, and share some thoughts on this the important key concepts of algorithm. Okay, and I was being followed up by Mr. Tamba a lot, and just to understand, to know more about what is this the topic, why we choose, and what is this importance of algorithm and things like that. So it is been it seems like it is a proposal from the student participants, and kind out the next interesting topic which can be get explored, and lot more inputs from the outside the college campus. So this is huge, and I don't know who picked this particular topic, but this is the foundation. So I would request the entire participant of this particular call. I would like next 1 hour session, try to not to get any distraction as much as possible, and make use of this wonderful session. Have a lot more interaction wherever it is needed and possible, and please feel free to stop me wherever you guys needed, and then we can talk in detail on that. Okay, and I prepared some pretty slides, I would say. And first of all, is it first of all audible? Am I clear to everyone?
Audible, sir. Audible.
Okay, cool, awesome. And let me, please tell me if you are able to see my screen. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, Kumar.
Okay,
Visible,
cool,
sir.
awesome. Perfect. Okay, cool. And by the way, along with me, one of my manager from Bravery Infotech also joined this call, and one of my employee, she is ex student of NEC, and she is Anita Kesavan, Anita Lakshmi Kesavan.
Hi,
She's
guys.
also joined in this call. This is a huge moment to spend together as a team. Wonderful. Let's get started into the topic, the importance of algorithm. So probably like most of you might from IT department, and like I strongly believe that a few of might already heard about what is this algorithm. And we are going to take a deep dive into that, like what is this algorithm, and understand more about that in the upcoming session. And let's get into that. And here I got few set of key agenda for this particular whole session. We will know more about what is this algorithm, and whether this algorithm is only for the computer science department, or it is common for across all the engineering verticals, and how algorithm is going to help engineers, like as being an engineer, like how this algorithm is going to help, and a real-time example of an algorithm. So it is easy to understand the concept if you know the real-time examples. No? So we have real-time examples also. And the types of algorithm, what are the free, like not free, like frequently used algorithms. So I coin out few types of algorithms, and what are the advantages of algorithm. So what benefit that we will be getting out of that. And I would like to touch base on what is this industry altogether. Not only IT, I put together in a way where, because this is our first year students, and like from all the departments, it is huge. And I would like to take the industry expectation from an engineer. What is that we really need to understand? So we have I have a slide and a topic to talk more about the industry expectation and how to be a successful engineer. So everyone wants to be a successful engineer, right? Like nowadays, there is huge amount of competition, and every corner we have our engineering friends will be there. So how we can be a unique personality as being an engineer? Okay, so I have tried to capture a few key things which made me and whatever I came to know from successful engineers as the key points, which is really helpful for each and every one of us. And I can out a person, a true successful engineer, and I will open up for the Q&A. Okay, so this is our agenda for this morning's presentation webinar, and yeah, so I request you to give much more attention on these concepts so that we will have some takeaway and make use of that takeaway for our own career growth and being a successful engineer. And by the way, I'm a Bachelor of Engineering graduate in Computer Science and Engineering. Cool. So let's get into what is this algorithm. So terminology wise, I don't want to do too much of complicated things. It is pretty simple. Like algorithm is a process of using some set of rules to obtain the expected result from the given input. Okay, so which is nothing but, if you literally try to understand, the algorithm is nothing but a set of steps what we really need to follow for the given input to derive a expected output. So that's simple. That is, we call it as algorithm. Okay, so as it is mentioned over here in this block diagram, like there are some inputs that what we are giving, performing some algorithm steps, and probably I need to use this. Okay, so performing some algorithm steps and getting the expected result. So this, in general, we call it as algorithm. So next thing is like, the immediate question is like, algorithms are only for computer science? Yeah, in general, we used to refer a lot of algorithms, best practices, design patterns, and all that in the computer science a lot. But truly, algorithm is only for computer science? No way. Absolutely not. So this algorithm is common for all the engineering verticals, and every, like as mentioned in the second point, like everything around us functioning by algorithm. Everything around us. We can take a look on that later on. But believe me, everything it is functioning around us are all driven by an algorithm. Even the Earth, it has to do something in a proper step-by-step way. Everything it is algorithm. We need to have in that type of thought process. And the third point, it is clearly mentioned, it is very, very important for an engineer to understand the process behind the concept of algorithm. We need to understand the thought process, like what is this algorithm and its concepts. Okay, so like at a very high level, like we need to take as a point, like, okay, we really need to understand the concepts of algorithm. So we will be knowing what is that algorithm with an examples and all. So the last point is like, adapting an algorithm will make engineers' professional life easier. Okay, so we are proud to say we are engineers, and we will not might, like we will be getting wonderful jobs and the works. And in our professional career, like we really want to live an kind of a professional life should be an easier life. So this algorithm concepts and approaches will help us to reach that point. Okay, so such a important thing what we really need to understand. So the clean takeaway on this particular part is like algorithm is not only the concepts in computer science world, it is across all the engineering. Let's move on. Cool. So how algorithms helps engineer or engineers? Okay, so nowadays, like engineers are always expected to provide solution with the following norms. What are that? The engineers are supposed to deliver a high quality output. Whatever they are contributing their work, the expectation is like high quality and on time. Like if they say this will be get delivered, the expectation is like if this engineer will say on time deliverable, even the construction expectation from the customer standpoint, yeah, I really need this on time deliverable and scalable. So in general, whatever solution, whatever we are giving, it should be scalable. Meaning like scalable in the sense like today it might start with one purpose and tomorrow it will be use the same thing for another purpose. So the best example is like if you take Amazon AWS, few of might aware there is a cloud service, it's called AWS. So if you think like it is, the whole system has been created just to fulfill their own business, their own online shopping business, the AWS cloud services. And an engineer in Amazon, they brought up a point like, why not we open this AWS as a service, a business to the outer world? So they were able to achieve it because the solution, whatever that engineer and the engineering team created, it is scalable to various purpose, and it is now it is solving huge amount of business problem for across the globe, and reusable. So whatever solution, whatever our engineers are giving, it should be reusable, and above all, last but not least, like cost effective. So industry is expecting engineers to provide this much of norms or key parameters in their deliverables. It might be engineering in computer science or civil or mechanical, electrical, electronics. If I missed anyone, don't think that it is not covered. Everyone is got covered. Engineers or the engineers where their deliverables are expected in all these norms. And how this algorithm is going to help us to fulfill this. Algorithm help us, our engineers. First of all, as I mentioned, like it is set of steps, no? So this algorithm process will help us to understand the business problem clearly. And once anyone understand the business problem clearly, it will help us to derive a best solution for the given business problem. And not only that, it will help us to provide a cleaner execution plan also with the timeline. Okay, so this algorithm, the concepts of algorithm will help us to do all these things, understanding the business requirement, and that helps us to derive a better solution with the execution plan and the timeline when this needs to be get delivered. So the last point, probably you might already aware of that, like fail to planning is planning for failure. Okay, so algorithm help us to be prepared, be planned, so that we will not ended up with the failure. So this way, like algorithms are helping engineers to meet their industry standard expectation as a deliverable. I'm moving to the next slide. Cool. Okay, let's talk about the real-time examples. So, okay, let's make a tea together. This is morning time. I know probably most of you might had breakfast. Yeah, let's try to do a tea, make a tea, and through this algorithm. Okay, so here it is represented as a flow chart. In general, algorithms are used to be written in plain English. Okay, plain standard English, step by step, what actually we really need to do. That is, in general, we call it as algorithm. Over here, what it says like, okay, start, boil the water in the vessels and add the tea powder. And once it is boiled, and we need to filter the decantation in a cup of teacup. And once these steps are being done, we need to go and check whether the person who really ordered for the tea prefer to have a black tea, or they really want to have milk in it. If they prefer to have milk, then it will get into the add hot milk into that teapot, and the flow will come to the next level. And where we will be having another verification whether this tea supposed to have sugar or not. If yes, we need to add the sugar. And once the tea is ready, obviously it will be get served to the person who ordered it. So over here, if you notice, like this is just a simple making a tea business requirement. And here we are taking two business decision, whether we really need to add milk or whether we really need to add sugar. And all the steps, it will be get validated. So if you imagine, like without doing this algorithm approach, if we really want to make a tea, we may not know like when to add what and things like that. And then probably we may miss to add the sugar and things like that. So the algorithm approach will help us to know what is this customer's expectation. Customer may say like, no, I don't need sugar. I need only milk without sugar. So in that case, like this algorithm will give us, okay, if I really not to add the sugar, what should I need to do? And here, by understanding this algorithm, you might know what are the inputs that I really needed. I need water to boil, and then I need to have a vessel. I need tea powder. I need the filter to get the tea decantation, and I really need what is that? Hot milk, and I need sugar. So these are all the various inputs, various materials. Like in construction, like we really need lots of materials put together to raise a wonderful building. Am I right? So similarly, like all the verticals in engineering, like we know, hope by now everyone knows what is this inputs. So these are all the various inputs that really need to consider to deliver a wonderful hot tea in a wonderful cup. So this is, in general, we call it as algorithm. Nothing big, like whatever we are doing in a step-by-step manner, and considering what actually we really need to consider as an input to meet the expected output. So by understanding this, we will know like, okay, how many tea we need to make, how long will it would require, and how many vessels and raw materials that would require. All that it can be easily identified. So that is the strength of algorithm. And another example is like Rubik's cube. On the right hand side, you can see that. So I got two. Probably, I don't know whether you guys are able to see. So even I'm sharing my screen. So, but I'm showing Rubik's cubes in two different sizes. So hope you might know, like this Rubik's cubes, it is functioning based on algorithms. Okay. So if I keep on rotating, I will keep on rotating. Without knowing the algorithm, I cannot able to achieve the final output. Final output is like as he is showing in the diagram. The entire color has to be get arranged properly. So that is the expectation as an output, and this is the input. And we really need to use the algorithm to change the directions one after another to meet the goal. So algorithm to process this particular business problem is slightly different than the bigger business problem. But the concept wise, algorithm is the same. Like this is the input, we know what is the output, and what should I need to follow, what should I need to do to meet the final output. So that we call it as algorithm. Okay, so this is an real-time examples. I have it for you guys for today, and then in our Q&A session, we can talk in detail. Please make a note of all your questions by now itself, and shoot out whenever we get into our Q&A session. Let me move to the next slide. Cool. So here, these are all the various types of algorithms. I found it really good in the internet. I gave the exact reference where you can know a little bit more about what are the concepts of recursive algorithm, divide and conquer algorithm, dynamic programming, and greedy algorithm, brute force algorithm, backtracking algorithm. So it's are all nothing but different approaches to solve the same common problem. Okay, so say for example, we use an algorithm to make a tea. And if you are asking whether in my home they are using the same formula, no. they used to boil the milk, put the tea powder directly into the milk, and make the tea. So, but ultimately, like we will get the tea as a solution. Okay, but following up algorithm is slightly different. Okay, so similarly, like each and every algorithm has a unique benefits. So by knowing different algorithm and its concept, it would be easy for engineers to pick the right algorithm for a appropriate problem statements. Okay, so I don't want to take too much of time on this. And this link will give you enough details to know more about the types of algorithms. Okay, the next one. What are the advantages of algorithm? Okay, now we talked about what is algorithm, what is the real-time examples. Okay, that's all cool. And what are the advantages that I will be getting out of algorithm? As I mentioned earlier, like clarity of the requirement will be high because we know what is that requirement. The person who asks for tea, I'm not going to make coffee. Okay, so that will clearly mention that end product is tea, which is this algorithm help us to understand the requirement clearly. Okay, and the second one is like input and the expected output can be easily derived. So as we saw, like through while drafting the algorithm, we were able to know, okay, what are the inputs, what are the expected output, and in which order I need to arrange the input data so that we will be getting the expected output. So even to build up a wall, it won't literally I may not be the expert, but there are certain process we really need to follow to build the wall properly. Then alone it will get the enough strength and withstand for a long. So like by understanding the business requirement through the algorithm, we know, okay, if you want to build this much of height and width wall, like how much of sand, how much of cement, how much of bricks that would require. So everything it will be get calculated. Okay, and easy to find the do's and don'ts. This is very important, like what we need to do, what we should not do. So that help us to add the appropriate conditions. So in the tea making algorithm examples, you might saw two conditions that what we have considered. Am I right? Like whether the milk needs to be get added, sugar needs to be get added. So if a request is not to be get added the sugar, obviously our algorithm should support that. And those are all the easiest way. Like the algorithm will help us to identify do's and don'ts. And efficient to calculate the effort estimation. This is another bigger thing. So customer will come and ask like, okay, I need this. He may not know what is that. I need this. So it is engineer's responsibility to define what is this right from the requirement and understanding, give some models and all that. Then once we understand, agreed upon, yeah, this is what actually customer is expecting. Then using this algorithm, he or she should be in a position to give a effort estimation to meet the goal, the end product. So algorithm is the one which help us to perform the effort estimation. And the main thing is, another thing is like risk and mitigation can be easily derived. So without algorithm, the clarity may not be there. If clarity is not there, again, it will be a highly potential situation where we ended up with lots of risk. And even we ended up with the risk without having the scope of the whole requirement. It is pretty hard to define a mitigation plan, which is nothing but a solution for the problem. So by practicing the algorithm, risk and mitigation can be easily derived. And it helps to have a better communication between the team members. So if everyone among the team, like 5-member team, 10-member teams, and the crowd like us right now, yeah, if everyone are on the same page, if everyone know this particular project, this is the algorithm that what we are going to follow, then it is easy to communicate each other. It will avoid all the ambiguous situations and all. Okay, and helps to present the project to the stakeholders for the approval. So this is another important thing. Like stakeholders are the key people who will authorize the project, sponsor the project, release the money for the project, all that. Okay, so we really need to go and present the project plan, and we need to get their approval. So they will ask plenty of questions. And if we are not clear about our own design, our own solution, it is pretty hard to get the buy-in from the stakeholders. Okay, so algorithm will help us to help engineers to understand the requirement, execution plan, and that will help one more level, double confirmation, as well as super confident to present their overall solution to the stakeholders. Then by seeing the engineers' confidence, stakeholders will go with the confidence. Okay, how producers are putting money in movies with the confidence on the directors. Right here, engineers, we are all being given with different projects, and the stakeholders, the producers, will give fund, time, all the materials for us to run the project. Only when they started feel that, okay, these guys will not waste my time and energy, money, these engineers will deliver what we really wanted on time with right quality. So we really need to, as engineers, we really need to give that type of confident plan. Then the stakeholders will be in a position to give the approval. So this algorithm help us to meet the same. And again, once we have a better clarity, obviously, like reworks, project failures won't happen. Like I would say, like it is not happen. There are various other factors also needs to be get considered, but major problems will get avoided. And if you think about lot, like that's why I put lots of etc, because while I'm started collecting all that, like it is keep on coming with lots and lots of benefits out of this algorithm. Okay, so I would like to stop it over here to give a better understanding how important this algorithm concepts and benefits that it is giving to engineers to be success in their own career. Hope by now better understanding you might have in terms of algorithm. And cool. I know I'm running a little bit faster, but anyway, this is an important slide everyone has to understand as being an engineers. Okay, so industry expectations from engineers. Okay, so getting marks, getting completing the degree, that is must, no doubt on that. But beyond that, there are various level of industry expectations are there in all the engineering verticals. So I listed few are like innovators. As we all know, we really need to be innovative. Whenever we got any works or projects for the first time, obviously we can go with what it is existing available. Once we feel as an engineer, once we feel that okay, we did this approach in one project, next project we really need to think of something else. We really need to be innovative in our solutions. So that is very, very important. Being an innovator in as an engineer, in that is one of the important industry expectation. And good in project planning skills. And after understanding the requirement, after deriving the inputs and outputs and all the risk and all that, once it has been identified, engineers are expected to prepare a project plan. So don't think that right from the day one, every one of us are going to be get asked this sort of skills whether you are there or not. But I'm listing out this is as a engineer down the line, like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, like slowly this skills has to be get updated a lot. But since you guys got a greater privilege to know all this key industry expectation now itself, meaning like finishing up the first year and getting into second year, getting into the department. So by knowing all these things while you are coming out from the colleges, we already got trained and we know what is this project planning, what is this execution plan, and I know what is this risk and how to manage the risk. Imagine like how much of opportunity it will come to you. So keep that in mind and put some thought process behind that to keep yourself focused on these sort of things. Industry expectation, it's not only for software, this is applicable for all the engineering departments in general. So the project planning, so the plan should have enough details which is supposed to help the stakeholders to approve it. Okay. And the project execution, so okay, plans and all really good, how we are going to execute, we really need to the engineers should have the execution. So say for example, story is really good in cinema, like story is really good, but the screenplay, if it is not good, then gone. So in a project, execution is nothing but our screenplay. So we really need to make sure that not only the story, which is project plan, it is the project execution. The screenplay also supposed to go hand in hand. Engineers are expected to come up with a wonderful execution plan, convincing execution plan. So that is another key skills it is expected from an engineer by the industry. And the risk management, again, what are the, like, even though that type of situation may not happen, as being an engineers, we are supposed to identify what might be the risk it involves. Like who knows, we all hit with the COVID very badly. Like it is a very big issue. But if you know or not, like even that was a huge surprise for me. Like over here in US, there are certain process that we used to follow. One fine day in a quarter, or even within the year, twice a year, I believe, everyone will be asked to work from home. And then while I started knowing that why we are doing work from home, everything is working good, and they said like it is for pandemic trial, and I literally don't know anything about what is that pandemic. What is this pandemic? Why should I need to be in home to work on that? If you imagine, like until we are being hit by a tsunami, maybe it's for me, like until we had the tsunami issue, I don't know anything about the word tsunami. And similarly with the pandemic also. So this pandemic preparations are already there in practice in US already. But now we are actually those sort of preparation. Not even a single downtime we were able to be in the business without having any issues. So those are all the risk mitigation that what we really need to be ready for any project executions. Okay, so if materials are not coming, what is that alternative way to deliver this? And how to engage the manufacturing unit in a right track, so that until we get the raw material, we can process it and then make use of the machineries and human the workers energy. Everything has to managed, so that the production will not get suffer a lot. So those sort of risk management skills is essential an engineer should have. It is one other important expectation from the industry. And the time management, again, it is very, very crucial in terms of time management. We really need to, we will be in a position to say like, okay, this can be get done by this day, and it will be get given to user acceptance by this day, and it is the targeted timeline for rollout for the production from the IT standpoint. And then similarly for the car manufacturing and things like that, like, okay, we got this many cars have been ordered. Okay, this is the strength of manufacturing unit, and how much of overtime has to run to deliver to meet the business need or the demand. So all that the time management is very, very important. An engineer should be able to predict and be expert in doing the time management skills. And again, the very important thing is the business communication. Okay, so it's not only English. Don't worry, it is not only English, even Tamil, whatever it may be, we should know how to communicate properly in business terms or business communication. Probably like colleges might already have some kind of engagement. I'm not sure, but nowadays, like there are lots of videos, tutorials, and everything. It is there for business communication. This is very, very important. Like in each level how we are going to approach for sales pitch, how we need to, for customer service, how we need to, for working with the team, how we really need to engage. So those are of the various communication skills is very, very important. Industries are having lots and lots of wonderful projects, and people who had some struggle may not get the immediate opportunity, though they have other skills, excellent skills. Just because of this communication, it may not we may be in a situation to lose that opportunity. So this is another very, very important industry expectations from engineers, that business communication is very, very important. Okay, so don't ever hesitate to talk in English, even though we may ended up with lots of issues or errors, or we need not worried about anything, because we are English is not our mother tongue at all. Keep that in your mind. Okay, so never ever get into a thought don't ever compare with others. They will we will we get mocked, or don't worry on that. So business communication is very, very important. It is an expectation from the industry. So every one of us has to work together to build that the skills. And effort estimation, again, it is club together all that, okay, to meet this particular goal, what is that effort it would require, how many manpower, how many days, time, infrastructure, and all that. That will give a complete a bigger picture of effort estimation, and that will lead to have cost estimation also. So once we know what is the effort, that help us to derive the cost also, cost of the entire project. So we really need to run the project in a profit mode, am I right? So if you mess up with any effort estimation, gone. Like if you sign a NDA, or not NDA, like a business proposal contract with the client, stating that, okay, we are going to go for a fixed bid project. In IT, there is something called fixed bid project, wherein recommend will be given. Effort estimation has to be prepared by the company, and we need to engage the effort estimation and the project plan with the client, and mutual agreements have been made within the time period. Okay, this is the budget we are going to allocate for this particular project, and the project will get kick-started. So that is the fixed bid project. Imagine a project got signed for 3 months. For some reason, if it is ended up it taking beyond 3 months, like 5 months, customer is not going to pay for the remaining 2 months of deviation. It is going to be expanded, the company has to balance that difference. It is a loss, technically speaking. So effort estimation is very, very important, because the company owners are going to rely on these engineers, wonderful engineers, with the trust that, okay, these guys are going to be, because they are the one who is going to work together as a team for this project to be get delivered. So whatever they are going to give us an effort estimation, okay, this is only 3 months project. Okay, do you guys have any buffer and everything? Are we sure everything is going to good? Then based on that confirmation, it will be moved to the customer, like client discussion for the approval and sign off and all. So if we mess up with any effort estimation, it will be a problem for our company. Obviously, if it is having any impacts for our company, obviously it will be impacted in our actual job role also. If it is a good company where you guys are going to work, they can help you to learn from the mistakes, guide you with the right principles and things like that. But if it is not a great companies, probably like it may ended up like, oh, you guys are giving like unrealistic effort estimation, and it is not matching the actuals, and I don't think you're good fit for this particular job and things like that. So that is on the other extreme end. So as a takeaway, like, yeah, engineers are expected to do this cost estimation also, and above all, like these engineers are supposed to be a good team player. I'm an individual contributor. I can do all these things by individual cannot be withstand. No company will help or encourage to be individual. They will appreciate, yeah, you are really doing great, this, that, and all, but they will not be success. No one can be success. Hope by now everyone knows the strength of team. Am I right? And even in colleges, lots of teams by now. You guys are used to be. Pandemic situation, everything, it is virtual teams. Let's see. Hope by now we are clear what is this industry expectations, and engineers are supposed to be having the skills. So I know this is completely like the full rim of what is that the scope. Okay, so it is not going to happen on the day one, but keep this in your mind. Understand whatever verticals that you guys are learning. Consider each and everything as the projects, and check. Keep these are all the checklist. Okay, are we good in this? So things like that. Okay, cool. So the next thing is like I think it is 131. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, here it is 131. That's what. Cool. How to be a successful engineer. Okay. So yeah, we are all engineers. Okay. We really want to be successful. That is the dream for every one of us. Not only the students, even the lecturers, and then even the college, and then the entire family. Everyone our aspiration and the willingness is engineers has to be successful in their career. Okay, so that first of all they need to be fulfill their own life, and they need to give back to the society and the family and friends and things like that. So how to be a successful engineer? First and foremost thing is believe in you. If you are not believe yourself, no one is going to believe. Okay, so first and foremost thing is like you need to believe in yourself that yes, I can do with my own limit, but I will increase my limit little by little. Don't worry. Like even in even in a movie, Vijay used to say, no, like all is well, all is well. Same concept. Like you need to believe in you, and then love your engineering profession. That is very important. Again, engineering is it's not a easy thing. Everyone can afford and everyone can get. We are all been blessed for sure with the appropriate support from families who is providing enough financial assistance, time, support for us to be the engineers. Okay, so such a wonderful opportunity that we have been given. So to be successful, first we need to love our engineering profession. That is very important. Okay, so that will help us to take it up to the next level. And the third point is like convert the lesson learned as experience, not just as a knowledge. Okay, if you are studying something, you may see that, okay, I know this concept. Now I know what is that? I know what is algorithm. That is knowledge. Knowledge is not enough. Knowledge is not enough to be successful. We need to convert the knowledge into experience. So later on, like after few like in Tamil, we used to say, like etu churakai kari kodavadu. So etu churakai is nothing but knowledge, and experience is the real one. Okay, so whatever lessons that what we are learning, try yourself, try your best to convert that into an experience. So today, try yourself to make a tea. You know the algorithm. It will become an experience. One fine day, like in abroad, no other go. We need to do our own basic needs. While I was there alone without my family, it is me who have to cook. We have to make the tea. Since I know this algorithm, I know how to make the tea and keep myself connected with our culture and the taste, food, and everything. So once it has become experience, we need not worried about anything. So if it is knowledge, yeah, I know that. Like in college days, we know how to make the tea, but I don't have it as an experience. Okay, so to be a successful engineer, whatever you guys are learning, try yourself to convert that as an experience. Okay, so one other important thing, because why I'm stressing this is like I took an interview, and that American, he mentioned that he started coding from the age of 10. Oh my god, he is counting that as an experience. Like in the age of 10, he started coding. Even a few of you already started doing that, but his thought process is like he is converting all those efforts as an experience. So that will give him, first of all, confidence. No, I'm an experienced person, I'm not a fresher. So you guys should get into that thought process. Like, I see 10 age 10 is where, and what age you guys are all. So once we are coming out from the colleges, it's like industry is calling us freshers. No, that trend has to get changed. You guys are supposed to have the experience. So yeah, keep that in mind as a takeaway, and try your best to do that. That is really great. And obviously colleges are having wonderful program for final years and things like that, to bring a lot more experiences, industry experiences directly to the team, or the students. And the next one is like convert the threat into an opportunity. Yeah, to be a successful engineer, like we really need to have a tendency to convert the threat into an opportunity. Threat is nothing but a challenge or a issue or a concern. So like our attitude should be like, okay, if there is some problem comes to me, I know how to convert that problem to an opportunity in a good way. So if you start knowing that skills, if you cultivate that skills in you, then you will start willing to accept many problems, because you know how to convert it into an opportunity for you. Okay, so that is very important. Converting the threat into an opportunity is another important like practices, behavior practices we really need to have to be a successful engineer. And don't hesitate to ask question. Every question is important. No one is perfect. No one is perfect. So we need to ask the question, then alone we will be get clarified. And another thing is like there is a cultural thing, probably a few of might already aware of that. In US, in a meeting, if a person who is not actually talking much will be observed as like this guy doesn't know anything, and or he is not interested to get involved. Both are danger. So like active participation, like asking questions, will gauge that level of involvement, level of clarity for the person who is actually conveying the business requirements or anything. Like asking question is very, very important. Even in your classes, don't ever hesitate. Like if I ask this question, my other friend will laugh on me. Don't worry about that. This is the time where you guys are learning lots and lots of new stuff as an engineering track. So every question is important, and asking question is the starting point where you should from the colleges, because industry are facing tremendous challenges for our engineers. And there are situations where I was being asked to convince Americans client to convey that, okay, these wonderful team members are excellent in development, excellent in work culture and everything, but communication wise it is a little bit lag and things like that. Imagine. So like but client said like, okay, that is great, but I really want to convey and communicate with the developers and QA engineers directly. If they are not able to understand what I'm talking and they are not able to communicate back, then there is a very big risk. So like we really need to ask the question, as well as communication should be very, very important. And don't ever compare yourself to others. If you really want to be a successful engineer, don't ever compare yourself to others. You have to have your own uniqueness. So that is the last point I'm going to talk. But because the first point is you're believing in you. Why should I need to compare myself to others and lose my trust? No, don't ever do that. And believe that failing is the stepping stone to reach the success. Okay. Like accept to fail. Don't worry. Fail is not at all a problem. Failing will keep you on the right track to reach the success. Okay, so plenty of you might already heard about like Edison analogy. They used to say, no, like Edison tried like 999 times it got failed, and finally 1,000 times he got that the right approach to get the invention done. So each and every failure steps, he didn't lose his passion, and he convert all that as failings as a stepping stone for him to reach the success. Okay, so the key takeaway is like, if you are feeling that failure, fail soon and recover back. So that is very important. So don't hesitate to fail. Don't give up for anything. If you feel any failure, like marks or understanding the concept, why I'm not getting these concepts, or no, like don't like put your effort and engage the right people to make yourself a step up further. Try to find the issues and gap and the problem which leads you to get into the failure situation. Okay. And yeah, the another important thing is like, everyone should have a career goal. Yeah, like set the career goal and work towards that. There may be a deviation, there may be a twist and turn, but without having a career goal, and we are moving on one fine time, like it will start feeling like we left out. But it is really good to have the career goal in place, so that it would be easy for us to move further. And try to be unique and innovative as much as possible. This is very important. Okay, so you have to be unique in the sense, like the same output, it may not be identified. Like in our Tirunelveli, Iruttukadai Alva is there, no? Like the same taste no one can get. Even in US are begging to get sweet from there, because it is authenticity as well as uniqueness. And again, obviously, innovativeness will always keep you young, and in terms of thoughts, and all the new opportunities are going to come to you. So to be a successful engineer, please go through this list. This is not a hard and fast rule. I'm sharing my experience as well as my thoughts, to what I'm seeing the a successful engineer should have. If anyone having all these qualities, I'm guaranteed that they will be success in their career. Okay, let me try to quickly move on. Wonderful. So the next one is a true successful engineer. None other than our Bharat Ratna, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. Okay, he is one of our engineers and aerospace scientist, and he is 11th president of India. And what this famous quote we all know, like you have to dream before your dreams comes true. Such a wonderful words, no? Yeah. So if you imagine, like he born in a very, very remote village. Even today in Ramanathapuram districts, there are situations where they didn't have good water supply. Not having, not even closer to the facility, whatever we are getting in Tirunelveli, Chennai, and all other places. So such a remote, those years, Abdul Kalam sir, they spend a lot. By now most of you were aware and studied a lot about Abdul Kalam sir. But in general, what I'm trying to convey is like he's again an engineer. What he did he know that he will become the 11th president of India? No way. It is not his career aspiration at all. That's my observation. Whatever that I'm saying now, it's only my view. Okay. So what he did, what made him to be success this much of height? Bharat Ratna is the toppest award in our country, in our mother nation. So what made him to reach that level? He did only thing is like did their engineering seriously. He loved his profession. He's become being more innovative. He really want to give whatever he learned and got it as an ideas and opportunity, give it back to the society, country. So he is lived with that engineering thoughts. He lived with the entire student world till the last day of his situation. This month is the 27th, I believe, was the exact date. I think he passed away anyway. Yeah, the takeaway is like if we do our engineering with enough passion, who knows, God's plans are completely different. Like if we do our stuff, that will take us to the place where our dedication been supposed to be get taken up. Okay, so in my view, a true successful engineer is our Bharat Ratna Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. Okay, and yeah, I think we are in the last slide. Yeah, this everyone might know this, no? Like the wonderful திருவள்ளுவர் சொல்லியிருக்கிற போல, லைக் செல்வத்துல செல்வம் நம்மளுடைய கல்வி செல்வம் தான். அதற்கு ஈடு இணை எதுவுமே கிடையாது, அதற்கு அழிவே கிடையாது. ஓகே, ஸோ அப்படிப்பட்ட கல்வியை லைக் உங்கள் பேரண்ட்ஸும் சரி, உங்களுக்கு ஸ்பான்சர் பண்ணுறவங்களும் சரி, சொசைட்டியும் சரி, அழகாக இது உருவாக்கி கொடுக்குது. This is the time where you are actually building your own asset. இப்போ வீடு இருக்குது, வாசல் இருக்குது, நம்மளுக்கு கார் இருக்குது, எல்லாமே அழிஞ்சு போயிடும். பட் கல்வி செல்வம் மட்டும்தான் நம்மளுக்கு என்னது ஆதாரமா கடைசி வரையும் நம்மளோட இருக்குங்கிறது தான் பலாயிரம் வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடியே அழகாக எழுதி வச்சிருக்கிறாரு. ஸோ we need not go and find anything innovativeness. பெருசாக ஒன்றும் இந்த விஷயங்கள்ல நம்ம பெருசாக கண்டுபிடிக்கணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை, அழகாக எழுதி வச்சிருக்கிறாரு. ஸோ this is the wonderful time you guys are having. to learn something and building your own asset. And if you really want to be success, you need to have more asset. Okay, so அதனால like yeah, do your best and love your profession, and engineering is a wonderful journey. And again, புத்துவ புழுவா இருக்கணும்னு இல்லை, like enjoy your age as well as whatever we really need to have at this age. Again, one other thing I forgot, like I know we are going through a very tough situation due to this pandemic and COVID and all other thing, no? So but don't find a reason for us to get away from our commitments. Okay, so keep few things like converting threat into an opportunity. Okay, by now you guys are given with mobile phones and technologies and other thing. Use the time. Time is money, by the way. No, everyone is no, like time is gold. So we have to use the time and energy in a right way so that we can change the problem or threat into an opportunity for our own benefits. Okay, and the society need huge amount of talented engineers, and NEC, no doubt, they are the best right from the day one. And to be frank, உங்களுக்கு இன்னொரு விஷயம் சொல்லணும்னா, like I'm from Tirunelveli, and என்னோட counselingல I asked for NEC, and they said like, no, அது first batchல போச்சு. I didn't get a opportunity to study in NEC. Like I did my colleges in PSNA Dindukal. That too, it is a wonderful college, by the way. And yeah, this is very important. Like such a wonderful opportunities that each and every one of you have been got, and the tremendous effort has been taken by the department, each and every staff. You guys know very well, like almost 6 or no, more than 10 times Tamba sir reached me to coordinate and organize all these things. Okay, so I know you guys also spending a lot in terms of time and energy to learn all these new things. Keep learning, enjoy the college days by learning new stuff, and converting all this lessons into an experience. That is very, very important. And be success in your career all the time. Yep. Yes, Tamba and Neelakantan sir, I'm good to take up any questions. I don't know we have enough time or not. Yeah. Welcome, team. Yeah, sure. So how many more minutes are there, Thamba, for friends to have all this conversation? Oh, okay. Yeah, but if you want to compile anything and shoot out in me and a consolidated Q&A questions, I'm willing to share my inputs wherever I can. But obviously, we can use this 5 minutes available time to go over any of the questions. Yep. What is the key success of for you, sir? Key success, like I'm happy what I'm doing, and I'm able to through my experience and knowledge, I was able to build this Bravery Infotech company and let like opportunities for newer people to be part of our organization. And so let me share a quick one. Okay, so over here, if you notice, this is our website, and in you can see there is a concept called pilot. Okay, so in our organization, we are actually working as individuals who are all always pilots. Okay, P stands for passion, I stands for innovation, L stands for learning, ownership, and teamwork. Okay, passion, whatever we are doing, we love to be give enough passion in our work. And innovation, like whenever we do any works, we're not going to do the same work again and again in the same pattern. No, like, okay, we really need to switch a different technology, different approach, design patterns, what innovativeness that what we can bring to this particular project, how we can delight the client and customer. And again, the learning is the base. Like, everyone in our organization should have a passion to learn and grow. And ownership, like everyone has to have the tendency of ownership. And the teamwork, like we are practicing in such a way that teamwork makes the dream works true. So what I'm seeing, that is like this thoughts has to be get spread through the employees. And as and when the companies is are growing, it's not that like, okay, I'm done my studies in India and got settled in America. No, like root is there in India. Like that is the way how everyone are working together. Everyone is passionate to be with India a lot, and we are sacrificing a lot in being in US. But obviously we'll have a lot more benefits being in US or in any foreign countries. But the way of success for me is like to reach this level, I was able to engage with my home country and having a lot more professional opportunity for young generation. That is I'm seeing as an success. Good question,
Thank you.
by the way.
Thank
Any
you.
other question? Yeah, cool. Are we good? Any other questions? Don't hesitate, team. Like at least in your colleges classes, please make sure use your wonderful opportunity to raise your questions and keep yourself updated. Any other questions? Or yes, Tamba? Perfect. Yeah, that's really great. And yeah, this is a wonderful day and a great, huge initiative. NEC college and staffs, you guys are taking it up. This is a gift for students, no doubt. Thanks for your dedicated focus and support for this younger generation. And yeah, please keep doing the same for everyone. And yeah, I have Anita. Anita, do you have anything to add over here for your juniors?
Yes, Kumar. Yes, sir. Actually, hi guys. I'm a software engineer from Bravery Infotech, having couple of years experience. I want to say some advice or guidance. It's up to you guys. Actually, as Kumar said, communication is very important. Please communicate with English because I still it's barrier to me. So learn new things daily. If you're interested in IT jobs, please learn new language. There is lot of platform to learn new languages. So in upcoming 4 years, please learn one language thoroughly. It's very useful for your next interviews or next your future. That's all.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Anita.
Thank
And
you.
Anita is a wonderful team members in Bravery, and she supporting various projects in. Hope you guys might know something called Angular, Vue.js, and React.js. She's a wonderful techie in front-end technologies. So yeah, everyone is capable of doing great things. The only thing is like focus, take the opportunity in a right way, and convert all the lessons into an experience. Then you guys are not at all considered as a fresher when you are coming out. One other quick thing is like, don't think that okay, we are learning or studying just to get a job and just to fulfill our financial need. No, please don't take it this engineering studies in that way. Engineers are supposed to be highly qualified. The concept of engineering is completely different. Okay, so you have to live with your engineering thoughts, and that will bring you all the opportunities. So how IIT students are being pre-booked with the business opportunities, and then they are being picked up by big MNC companies and all. So the reason is like they are molded in such a way that they know really the meaning of engineering, and they are defining what an engineer should be. It is not that the IIT like college's responsibility. That is just a platform. So in a platform, you can do a dancing, you can do a skit, or you can do a drama, or whatever. You can do a skit with the fight or something. But it is just a college is just a platform. It is each and every one of the students' responsibility how to use the platform to showcase yourself in a better way, better position, and improve your skills. Okay, so nothing difference with the IIT and NEC or any other colleges. The same thing, and because nowadays most of that are all running with the internet, and Google is there, lots of online tutorials and concepts are there, and yeah, please make use of that. Cool. Thank you.
Hi, sir. Thank you is the best prayer that everyone could say. It expresses extreme gratitude, humility, and understanding. Thank you so much, sir. That was extremely informative. And thank you, ma'am. Now, I would like to call upon Visweshwar Ram, a first year CSE department, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, all. It gives an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks to all of you assembled here. First, I would like to thank our chief guest, Mr. K. Kumararaja, who honored this function. And next, I would like to thank our director, Dr. S. Shanmugavel sir, and principal of our college, Dr. K. Kalidas Murugavel sir, for giving us this opportunity. I also thank our head of the Department of Science and Humanities, Dr. M. A. Neelakandan sir, for motivating us for conducting the program, Importance of Algorithms. I would also like to thank the coordinator event in charges, faculty members for this collaborative work to make this event successful. And I also thank my friends for their active participation in the program. I thank all the technicians for being highly supportive. Finally, I thank you all for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Visweshwar
Yeah.
Ram. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.